So as I've always owned Peugeot and Citroens, and I like to maintain my own vehicles, look at some of the functions of the ECUs and the general state of the vehicle. I like to read and reset the error codes, and I also perform some tuning, and I like to keep track of the data and the modifications I've made. I've always been kind of jealous of the VAG group's VCDS or VAGCom because it's an amazing app. It works very fluently, and of course you still need a laptop for that. But the Peugeot and Citroen alternative, being Diagbox PP2000 or Lexia, I've always found it rather slow, and it takes a lot of time to set up, especially the clone tools, of course. So now I found an alternative to that. It works with the Android devices, and you can use a generic ELM 327 Bluetooth device to connect to it. You can reset error codes, you can look at live data, you can find performance data, and a whole lot more. It is constantly updated, and it supports a whole lot of Peugeot and Citroen ECUs already. So what you need to do is allow unknown sources on your Android device, because you will only find the light version on the Google Play Store. What you need to do is install the Amazon App Store. So this one right here in the middle, the Amazon App Store. And when you look for this app, it is called FAP. So FAP for Citroen and Peugeot. The FAP Lite you can find in the Google Play Store. Is very interesting. It's only got some basic functions, but it will help you determine whether or not you should pay for the full version, because FAP is very finicky when it comes to the ELM Bluetooth adapters. It will only work with proper ELM Bluetooth adapters, so not with any Chinese clones. So you need to pay attention that the ones you order are from the version 1.5 type. And you will also notice when you look at the PCBs, they are stacked, so it is a 2-layer PCB with a square chip on them. Any other ones it will recognize as being clones, and it will not work with them. So, of course, the full version, I have already bought this one, so we're going to reinstall the full version. There we go, downloading through my Wi-Fi connection, and we're going to install it. And I will also take you through the process of setting it up. I hope that it has reset the way I set it up before, so I can show you guys how I set it up for the most basic functions and the stuff I need for when I am data logging, doing dyno runs, looking at generic data just to make a good tune. So okay, I'm going to open up the app, and as you can tell, it's trying to automatically connect to my Bluetooth connector, and it's already found it, yeah. And of course, it still has my preset functions of the things I like to keep track of. So first off, I'm going to show you, if you double tap the screen, you get the settings. So we're gonna have a look at the settings. Some general stuff. Confirm exit, yes or no. So you should press yes, I want to exit. Let it beep when it loses communication. Well, it doesn't do that very often, so I've unchecked that one. Fast communication and force scan protocols. That just allows some more data if it's available. Log is a very important feature, of course. If you do not check this, it will not save the log files. Here you can see which adapter it is paired with, and of course what units you'd like to use, being centigrade and kilometers for myself. To set up the view, you will see yours may vary. What I like to keep track of is the temperature of the fuel, the requested fuel pressure for the common rail injection system, and the actual fuel pressure. Anything regarding the turbo and the temperature in the intake manifold. Of course, the revs are very important. The boost setting and the actual boost pressure, the airflow as measured by the MAF sensor or calculated by the ECU if you're running a MAFless tune, the amount of injected fuel, the injection timings, and the accelerator pedal position. You can also notice that it will have a lot of other settings if you have a DPF or not. You can customize this by going to layout settings, and right here you can customize everything you want. For example, if we're going to instruction on the turbo, it says it has a max of 2.8 bars. Of course, my little turbo will never reach this. So if I set this to 2600 millibars, for example, it will turn red as soon as it hits 2600 millibars. You can also make the gauges smaller or bigger, visible, invisible. You can play with the colors. You can do a lot with them. So have a play about. Of course, when you're done, you need to save your correction. Otherwise, it will not save it that way. And then you need to load it. There you go. And it will be displayed like that on the home screen of the app. So, did we crash right now? No, it's making a new connection. And there we go. And as you can see, it also displays fault codes. I know this preheating relay, I have a busted glow plug. So you can try to clear faults. So when the engine is still turned off, you just tap clear. Okay. And it starts to clear the fault codes. I know this is a permanent fault, so it's not a big deal. It's probably going to ignore it, or not be able to clear it anyways. It's also very much possible it lost connection because my car went into save mode, so that's that. But never mind, we're going to go back. What else we can do? So as I told you before, it also logs data. You can also monitor gearbox and steering ECU data. You can test certain stuff such as engine fans, EGR valves, turbo pressure control valves, and that sort of stuff. So it has some basic functions of diagnose as well. And then for the data logs, what I do is you go to manage logs, and for example, this is one I did yesterday normally. Somewhere, oh wait, you have to push details and then you can see them day by day. So no, they're all dated today. Anyway, let's just view one, and over here you can see all of the data points I've set. You can also watch them in a graph, so you need to check what you want to watch and it will display it in a graph. But of course, since we haven't driven it now, it doesn't display anything. If you want to have a look at the data on a PC, which I like most, all you need to do is press share and then send it to your email address, and you can have a play around in Office, for example, and Excel. So that's how I do things in FAP. If you have any more questions, just shoot and I'll try to answer them as best as possible.